And GoTo's been a little crazy the last couple of days, so if something happens, you'll know. Greg, right now we're just, matter of fact, I got a lot of people asking about that now. This fellow said, I am hanging my clothes on my Bowflex so it gets used to my... That's pretty good, man. Hey, you know what? I'll tell you a quick story there, Rick. When I bought this Bowflex, I found it on Craigslist. I was looking for one. I didn't want to spend $2,000 or $3,000 on it like it says on television. And this says the guy wanted $400 for it. He lived about 2 hours from me. And I called him up and I said, I tell you what, man. I said, I'll come get that. I said, but I'm not going to give you $400 for it. I'll give you $200 for it. He said, just come get it out of my living room. He said, I bought it for my son who plays football. Well, I was expecting it to be used, you know, kind of wore out and everything. I got there. It still had the plastic on it. It was brand new. He had bought every single attachment, had every single book that came with it, all the workout charts and everything. And, I mean, it was nice, man, and I gave $200 for it. So, the deal of my life, the deal of my life. Well, let's get started here, guys, and ladies and gentlemen, and we got a lot of new faces in the group tonight, and it's great to see you. I'd like to get one, but they are too hard to take. I hear you, man. Too hard to take hunting. But it's good to see everyone. My name is Kerry Miller, and I come to you each and every single Wednesday night right here from our IAW studios in Northeast Texas. And it's an absolute pleasure to bring you training. We're going to talk about a little bit something tonight. I've had several people asking about cold calling and some things. And for those of you who had a chance to listen to Roger Pineda the other day, he was kind enough to send me his cold calling script, how he gets everything set up, and you're going to be amazed he doesn't sell mobile apps. But he's turned his little business into a nice, healthy 5-figure income and completely changed his life with Instant App Wizard in the last 2 years. But he doesn't sell apps, so you're going to be shocked when I go through the script, and we're going to go through it line by line. I want to talk about it a little bit. You know, sometimes in life we get so convoluted with everything else around us, we forget the simple things. And Roger keeps it simple, so I'm going to share that with you tonight. But we're going to talk about a couple other things also. But it's all pertaining to the same thing. I know for all of you that are new on board, we started a new format. Oh, gosh, man, it's been a few months ago. I used to do training on several different things, and sometimes it'd go an hour and a half, and then people would get confused. So we do training on one topic. If it takes 30 minutes, if it takes 45 minutes, if it takes an hour and 45 minutes, we cover one topic per training session. And if you would, keep your questions to that topic that we're on. And we've got our Facebook group and all that, and we'll look at that here in just a minute. But it's great to have everyone on board tonight. If you haven't yet, join our YouTube channel, and we put all of our videos there. All of our training videos go there, and it's just a great place to watch things happen. YouTube.com/Instant App Wizard, and also like our Facebook page at Facebook.com/Instant App Wizard. If you'd like a weekly reminder about our training call, you can go to text app call, APPCALL, to 904-548-3411. And also, if you forget what the login is, or if you forgot your login, you need to sign up for training. Go to instantappwizard.com/training, and that will take you to the sign-up page. Our Facebook group is the place to be. If you have not become a member, go to facebook.com/groups/Instant App Wizard. And you're welcome to type all your suggestions and ideas in there. And there's a lot of great people in there. I'll give you a prime example. I saw one of our guys the other day who was in a different group, and he was saying, you know, he needs a mentor and he needs this and that. I'm going to tell you, there's all kind of mentors in that Instant App Wizard group, and a lot of great folks that are willing to help, share ideas, help you with your ideas, help you in building your apps. And those are the ones who are on the streets every day, and they do a great job. So I recommend. Now, sometimes your business is in a different name, and your name is in a different name, and you use pseudo names and all this stuff. If you try to join the group, I search every name, and that way we keep out people that what I call the riffraff, people wanting to come in and spam and advertise and all that. I check every name. So if your name is not in our database as a reseller, I will not accept you. If you see that I do not accept you, you need to email me and say, hey, this is the name we signed up under, and then I'll just sign up again, go in again, and I will accept you into the group. But we only allow resellers in the group and or your helpers or whoever you got involved. We're going to talk about a couple of things tonight, and I've had quite a few questions on this the last few days. We've got quite a few new resellers that have come on board in just the last few days. So we're going to talk about marketing a little bit, and we're going to talk about cold calling a little bit, and we're going to talk about how to go out and build your business. Now, I'm going to tell you now, we got a full house tonight. Some of you are going to listen. Some of you are not. Some of you that listen will go out and sell apps. The ones that don't are going to sit back and scratch your head and ask yourself every day, how do I do this business? So if you scratch your head every day and ask yourself, how do you do this business, let me refer back to tonight and watch this video again. Because this is what happens. We sit back in this automated world, in this world of email and text messaging and everything, and we forget that when we sell something to someone, a tangible product that they're going to use to build their business, to get out and go out and increase their return on investment and all those things, we forget about the handshake and the smile and actually going out and touching them and letting them see who we are. We think we can do everything electronically. Well, let me throw a kink in your cock. Because if that's the only way you're trying to build your business, you're probably not going to do very well. I get calls every day. My cell phone number, for some reason, and I don't know why I did it, it was an ignorant thing, is published on, excuse me, is published on every single thing I do. Everybody knows I'm a business person, so who calls me every day? SEO people, mobile app people, QR code people, everything there is to do. And the first thing I ask him is yeah, send somebody by. Oh, well, Mr. Miller, we can do everything over the phone. Not with me. If I'm going to pay that kind of money to somebody, and I've already done it once and got screwed, if I want to pay that kind of money to someone ever again, I want to know who they are. And I want to know where that check's going, and I want to know that every time I pay them $1, that I'm going to get something back in return. So there's a lot of Kerry Millers out there who understand business, and they understand they want to see someone and they want to touch someone. And you just cannot do this business all the time via the phone or via the internet. Even though it's an internet business, you've got to get out and understand your customers. So who is your market? Somebody just throw up on the screen real quick. I'm dying to see what the responses are. Who is your market? What's your market out there right now? Anybody? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Absolutely anyone. Anyone. Any business that has an open door, any business that's in business, any business that's on the internet, or any business that is selling something is your market. It doesn't matter if it's the toenail girl at the mall, or the restaurant on the end of the corner, or the beauty shop, or the auto body shop, or no matter what it is. They are your market. And you have to know what your market is. Now, we have some folks that are resellers who do very well in niche markets. They go after the market that they understand. Why? Because they can talk that lingo. I owned a very large roofing company, okay? And charities and churches, very good, very good. I tell you now, you get into churches and you get a whole lot of business people out of that church. But I owned a very large roofing company. So I understand roofing, and I can talk to construction people because I talk to them every single day, okay? I grew up in the restaurant business, so I understand the restaurant business, all right? So sometimes there are niche markets that we can do much better in because we understand them. We can talk their language. But let me tell you, if there's a niche market that you want to go into that you don't understand, all you got to do is get online and start reading about it. Now, you're an expert in that market, okay? So who is your market? Absolutely everyone. If everyone's not getting your business card or your electronic business card, which we built several months ago, okay, your digital business card, and I know several of you did it, and I know several of you had great success because all you do is text it right over to them, and they've got it on their phone. Some of you also went as far as, hey, I'm going to text this over to you. Let me put the icon on there for you real quick. Okay? So your market is every single business out there. If you're missing that, then you need to go in your closet when we get done. You need to turn on the light, and you need to spin around about 15 times, walk out the door, and as everything is going around in a circle, you need to realize that that's your market, everything around you. Okay? Here's another big question I get. Well, what about my competition? What about your competition? Have you ever noticed when you pull off of an intersection on the on-off ramps, there'll be a different gas station on every corner? Do you know why that is? Does anybody know why there's a different branded gas station on every corner? Not the same branded gas station, not a Valero on every corner, or not a Mobil on every corner, or not a Shell on every corner, but on every single corner there will be a different station. Does anybody have a clue why that happens? Anybody? I saw one, everyone needs gas. Thank you, Greg. Greg, if I was there with you right now, I would hug your neck because there's enough business to go around. Trust me, if each one of those stations wasn't getting the business they needed, they wouldn't stay open. There's a specific intersection in Greenville, Texas. When I go to Rockwall from my home, I always stop at this intersection. There's a Valero, there is a Mobil, there is a Texaco, and there is a Shell station. Now, depending on if I want to go in or not, if I stay in my car, I stop at the Exxon. If I want to go in, I stop at the Valero because they've got a real nice selection of food stuff and that kind of thing. So there's enough business to go around, and I'm going to use the one that suits me at the time. And if you're worried about competition, then maybe you're concerned more about the product that you're putting out. Had someone call me one day and said, I am so worried about competition right now. Said, what am I going to do? And I specifically asked them this. I said, is your product that you're putting out, is the apps that you're building so bad that you're worried they're going to go somewhere else? You know? Thank you, Janine and Diego. Competition is the excuse for some of us. Okay? Competition is the excuse for some of us. See, we're so worried about the thing out there that isn't real, it keeps us from doing what we're going to do. I was talking to Robert yesterday, and I'm not sure if Robert's on here right now. Let me look real quick. I haven't moved him over if he is. Robert. And he's not, okay? But anyway, Robert was telling me yesterday there's about 180 platforms, 160 platforms out there that you can build mobile apps with. I just downloaded a program a while ago that I'm going to start playing with called Game Salad. It's an app where I can actually build mobile app games and upload them to iOS, and I can upload them to the Android store, okay? But there's many programs out there that can do what we do. But I can promise you this. I can promise you this because I've probably looked at 150 of them. There's not a program out there that can do everything ours can do. That's why you'll see a lot of people, they'll get a little piece of this program, they'll get a little piece of this program, they'll get a little piece of this program, and they'll try to put them all together. Okay? We give you the total package in our programming. We give you everything you need that you need to go out and sell mobile apps. Well, you've got loyalty rewards programs. You've got coupon programs. We just put in the forms program. Everything you need to do, everything you need, okay, is, you're right, George, it is confusing, but I'm going to figure it out. Everything you need to go out and make a healthy, and I mean a healthy living. But I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to say this for the last time, and I'm going to get into the meat of what we're fixing to talk about. You're not going to do it sitting behind your desk. You're not going to do it sitting on Facebook and hoping that someone clicks on your thing and picks up the phone and calls you. Okay? You're not going to do it if you just send out emails and you build 50 apps, okay? You've got to combine everything together. Come on, I cannot wish and pray. Yeah, that's right. You cannot wish and pray it to happen. You know? I can guarantee it. Because if you do that, let me tell you what your competition is doing. I want to make sure everybody hears this. Did everybody hear that sound right there? Say yes if you did. You got to be knocking on doors. You got to be talking to people. You got to get out there. Okay? Thank you, Greg. Listen to what Greg just said. I love that, buddy. Greg said, stop selling mobile websites and sell business solutions. All right? Reputation management, text marketing, social media, loyalty, etc. All of it's available within Instant App Wizard. All right? Every bit of it's available in Instant App Wizard. Now, I want to go in here, and I'm going to show you the most important thing you can do. Okay? And we're going to talk about selling apps. And I'm going to go right back to Roger Pineda. Number one, I love Roger like a brother. All right? Think the world of him. I watched him develop, grow his business, have spent many, many hours on the phone with him talking in the very beginning when Instant App Wizard just got started and Roger started his business and watched him develop this business from the ground up. And you know what was amazing about Roger? He always went back to the thing that worked. We have such a terrible time, man. We get something that works and we got to make it better. And as soon as we got to make it better, we forgot what made it work, and then we just screw everything up. And then we start looking in the mirror and say, gosh dang, man, what I was doing doesn't work anymore. No, what you was doing worked. What you did was you got away from what worked. And then you started doing everything else. How do you sell apps? I'm fixing to give you a solution to a high-end 5-figure income if you'll listen. If you don't call me in 2 weeks and say, boy, Kerry, I tell you what, I don't know what I'm doing, but whatever I'm doing isn't right. That's because you didn't listen to this training tonight. First off, you got to know what niche you're going after. The internet can tell you everything there is about a business. There's nothing you cannot learn about that business. All you got to do is start searching. You can find out the owners, what they do, basically where they live, their hours, everything about them. Okay? So know the niche that you're going after. Do research on the location and the owner of the company. If somebody calls me and asks today, is the owner in? I will not give them the time of day. Because the fact is, they know nothing what I do. You can search Kerry Miller and you can just about find out everything there is about me on the internet. You can search my businesses and they're all on the internet. Okay? So if they're calling me and they say, is the owner in? I know they didn't do their homework. Do your homework, okay, when you go out to sell these businesses. And pick up the phone and call for an appointment. Now, you're going to be shocked when you see the script he uses, and we're going to go through the exact script, every single thing he says. He gets the appointments, he sells the apps, and he's got a high-end 5-figure income. And we talked just the other day, and he's going to be in the high-end six-figure income very, very quick, using this very simple system. And starts off with this cold call format right here. He simply says, and why does he know Bob's name? Why does he know who Bob is? Anybody? Thank you, Spence. He did his research. Okay? He knows who Bob is. And let me tell you something. How many times have you been telemarketed at home, and when someone calls you by name, you have more of a tendency to listen? Does that happen? Happens to me. I answer the phone, and it's me, and they know it's a male voice. Hi, is this Carrie? Yeah, this is Carrie. Well, this is John. And then, of course, I listen to a little bit of their spiel. Sometimes I'm interested. Most of the time I'm not. But I'm more polite. I'm more caring and listen to what they got to say. Why? Because I know that they took time to know who I am. So, hello, is Bob in? Yes, this is Bob. Okay? Why did Bob say that? Yeah, this is Bob. Of course I'm in. Bob, my name is, okay, and this is fixing to knock you off your seat. What I'm fixing to share with you is going to knock you off your seat because he doesn't sell mobile apps. Okay? Our company is the one that helps businesses like yours with the QR code. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I bet you most people he talks to don't have a clue what a QR code is. Some of them may. But you know what? Just hearing that makes me interested because I'm thinking, QR code? What's this guy got that I don't know about? With the QR code, you know that little box you're seeing everywhere on ads. Now you're prompting them. Okay? He didn't say, I'm the guy out there selling mobile apps. I've sold mobile apps to all your businesses, all the businesses around you, to all your customers. Everybody knows who my mobile apps are. He said, I'm the guy that helps businesses like yours with the QR code. You know that little box you're seeing everywhere on ads. And if you know the business, okay, and if you do your research, you'll know the business, like auto repair shops in your area. So I'm the one that shows the little box you're seeing at the auto repair shops in your area. Okay? Everybody get it so far? Everybody get this so far? Just say yes real quick. I want to make sure you're listening. I see 3 people that aren't paying attention. That's okay. So I can tell when y'all are paying attention or not. Very good. So you see right now he's already started a little trend of something totally different than what we're used to doing. We're so busy selling mobile apps, we forget some of the tools that are in our toolbox. And Roger found that, man, this little bitty thing I carry around called a QR code creates a lot of interest. Bob, we're going to be in your area, and I want to know if it's okay to stop by and give you a 3-minute demo on how that QR code can help your business. Now, let me ask you a question real quick. Okay? Yeah, I will put this script online. Okay, I'll upload it to Facebook. All right? David, don't take this wrong, David. I'm talking about 4 questions that make sales with apps right now. If it's okay to stop by and give you a 3-minute demo on how that QR code can help your business. So if in the future you need one, you know how they work. Did he tell him he's going to sell him anything at all? Did he say, hey, man, I'm going to come in here, I'm going to demo this mobile app, and I'm going to show you everything it can do? He said no. He's got one product, all right, that he wants to show him. One simple product. I want to show you how this QR code, and not only that, I'm not going to take up all your time. I'm going to do this in 3 minutes. Now, I can guarantee you his presentations last more than 3 minutes. That presentation for that QR code doesn't. Okay? I'm going to show you how I can do this in 3 minutes and how this little device can help your business. So if in the future, if you don't want it right now, guess what? I'm going to show it to you. You may want it later on. So he's building rapport with this guy. So if in the future you need one, you know how they work. What's the best time for me to drop by? Open-ended question. The guy's got to answer you now. If you don't use open-ended questions when you talk to your potential clients, it's always going to be a no. Okay? Ask an open-ended question. What's the best time for me to drop by? He didn't say, can I drop by? Can I drop by is a yes or no question. What's the best time for me to drop by? He has to give him an answer. Well, there's really no best time, or I'm free at 3 o'clock. Okay? And Roger, I know you're on. This is a great script, my friend. Great. You will be excited what you see. What did he just tell the guy? Not only is this little item cool, not only is this little item going to build your business, but you're going to be excited when you see what I've got to show you. Does that not pique that guy's curiosity? Does that not make him want you to come? I'm going to tell you, if someone called me like that, and they called me by name, and the script was that quick, hey, can I come by and just show you this real quick? And you're going to be excited about it when you see it? I'm going to tell you, yeah, that's right. It is a little bit of NLP, okay? And if you don't know what NLP is, that stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming. You're kind of talking to that guy and massaging him into exactly what he's going to do. Okay? You will be excited when you see this. Well, that right there is going to be enough to pique their curiosity. All right? Because now I can't wait for old Raj to come by. And he closes it with, thank you. Carrie, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to see me. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule for me to show you this little QR code. Thank you for taking all the time out of your busy schedule to help me show you how you can build your business. He's thanking him. Really, the guy on the other end of the phone should be thinking, well, Roger, thank you for calling me. But Roger's thanking him, okay? And that's exceptional. Now, you come to the visit. You walk in the door. If Bob greets you or you're looking for Bob, hey, Bob, this is Carrie with the QR code. Now, did you notice how many times he used that word QR code? He's used it almost in every single sentence. Do you know why that's important? Because when Carrie walks in and he says QR code, what's Bob going to know? He's going to know who I am immediately. First off, Roger told me he was going to come by and show me a QR code. Roger told me that this QR code can change my business. Roger told me that I'm going to be excited to see this QR code. And I'm going to tell you right now, this next thing I'm going to show you, this next thing I'm going to tell you is what took Roger from 0 to high 5 figures, and it works every single time. And I've told you about this for 2 years because he's been using it for 2 years. It's the first thing he started off with, and then Roger would go down a different path like we all do, but he always came back to it. And he uses this every single time. He pulls out his 3x3 QR code right out of his pocket. That's his business card. That's his sales tool. A simple QR code, and of course he's got a QR code reader. He scans it, and he shows them how it works. And what is that? I show other businesses like this. We have sold apps, okay, that I have done. I show other businesses in that area that he's already sold. He scans their app, okay, and so that they can see what he's done. Then he says, we did a demo. Listen to me. Listen to me what I'm fixing to say. Roger does something that's probably the biggest sales tool he can do, and I'm going to show you why, because I guarantee you this little step in his sales helps him to close more deals than anything anybody can do. Then I say, we did a demo to show you what yours will look like. And then he breaks it out, and he shows them their app. Now, they may want to add some stuff to the app. They may want to change a couple of things. But you just showed them what their app's going to look like. And Roger sometimes does up to 10 to 15 appointments a day. So as they're preparing their schedule, okay, as May is preparing and calling, okay, to set the appointments, they're building those apps as fast as they can. They pull the information off the website, they cut and paste, and they get that demo app built so they can see visually what that app looks like. How many of you have ever bought a car? There may be one or two of you, but very few. How many of you ever bought a car that you did not at least sit in before you bought it? One person said they have. Never, 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 never. Greg, you didn't even have to think about that 65 Mustang, did you, brother? He said he bought a 65 Mustang and never sat in it. I'd have done the same. Never. Everybody's saying never. You know? Why? Because you want to feel it. Let me tell you something, okay? You want to absolutely feel, touch, and smell. That's what you want to do, okay? You want to be able to know exactly what that car feels like wrapped around your butt. You want to know how it feels to hold on to that steering wheel. And you love the new car smell. That's why cars all smell like that. Okay? So what do you say, Ethan? So he builds that demo. Now they've already seen what? The QR code. He promised them the QR code. He promised them he would show them how that works. They understand now the QR code, but not only do they understand the QR code, what else have they learned? How to market with a QR code. How important the QR code is. And the QR code is probably one of the biggest tools we have. Okay? Yes, basic business, that's right. Directions, that's exactly right. The demo app's just going to be a basic app, pulled information from their website. Okay? You can go on somebody's website and build a logo in no time. Pull it off, resize it, drop it in. Okay? So he builds the demo. And now he's showing them the demo. Now, this is what he does right here. And this is absolutely genius. All right? Personally, I think so. If you get a I don't know reaction, he has a newspaper with him that he pulls out, or a magazine that has ads in it with QR codes. Now, I don't know if you've looked around in the little shoppers and all that around your local town and all that stuff, but the QR codes are popping up everywhere. There are companies that do nothing but sell QR codes to people's websites. I've had 1,000 calls from QR code companies saying, I will email you in the next 5 minutes a QR code for just $25. I've had it done 1,000,000 times. That's right. McDonald's cups. Every cup has it. And I'm going to tell you, I love Taco Bell. Every time I go into Taco Bell, they've always got a special on their cup. And it's for the next time you go in. So I scan the QR code. Okay? And that way I know what the special is next time I go in. And then I tell them the next time I go in, hey, I got this off the side of your cup. And they give me whatever the special is. Okay? Spence says, I'm chewing gum right now, and the pack has a QR code on it. They're everywhere. You cannot get away from them. People know what QR codes are. So now not only did he tell him, hey, this QR code is awesome. Not only did he tell him this QR code can help build his business, now he's showing them how the QR code can build their business. Through advertisement, through marketing. What an unbelievable strategy. I mean, you're literally sitting there teaching them, showing them exactly how this little QR code works. Now you pop out your phone. Okay, and I think Roger has a note, so it's got a nice big screen on it. He pops out his phone, and he shows them what their app's going to look like. It's hard not to close a deal like that. And Roger closes a ton of deals. Not only did Roger close a lot of deals this past year, but now all of his referrals are starting to come in. Why? Because Roger asked for referrals. Okay? But if you get the I don't know reaction, and you can tell when people don't have a clue or they're fixing to say no, don't even give them a chance to talk. Okay? Break out the newspaper, break out the magazine, and show them exactly how they use that QR code for marketing. His close is probably what seals the deal in the majority of his deals. Okay? Because he has a very, very powerful close. How many of you know what takeaway is? How many of you had a salesman do a takeaway close on you, and you knew right then that you better, that's right, fear of loss. You knew right then you better do something. Because if you come back, and I'm going to tell you right now, if you'd have went back, you'd have still had the same takeaway. But you do not want to lose. People's fear of loss is what drives their emotion. And everybody purchases everything on emotion. Why do you think, how many of you have been to Walmart lately and you go to, that's right, all the time on webinars. We do take away closes when I do webinars, okay? You're walking down the aisles in Walmart now, and on the end of every aisle, they've got a motion-censored little ad, okay? And it says, buy it right now. To get 2 for $10. And there's little TV, and they drive me crazy. But I'm telling you what, it makes me stop and listen to what they're saying. When you take something away from somebody, the value of that just went through the roof. Because you know, or you maybe don't know, if you're going to be able to get that for the same price tomorrow. Car dealers do it every single weekend. Come in this weekend and get $5,000 off of this brand new Mustang sitting on the lot. They've only got one, okay, and they only they use that to draw you in, okay. That's right, the gray margin. But wait, there's more if you call right now. There's more. Call right now, okay? Well, if you don't call right now, guess what? You don't get more. So, I've been working on QR transfer tattoo to be applied to college bars to promote bar promos. I'm telling you, QR codes are huge. QR codes are huge. Because you let us do a demo, I can save you the setup fee of $199. Now, I don't know about you, but a couple of $100 is a lot of money to me. $200 is taking my wife out Friday, Saturday, and lunch on Sunday. Okay? Now, the lunch on Sunday might be like at a little hamburger stand, but Friday night's good, Saturday night's all right, and then Sunday we just go out for a burger. So, because you let us do a demo, now what did he just tell him? Because you let us do this demo, because you allowed us to do this demo, man, that guy's chest is puffing out and he's feeling like King Kong. Man, I let him do something. And he's fixing to give me a deal and cut me a deal for $199 off today. I can save you the setup fee of $199. If they say I got to think about it, say this. And here's where the old takeaway comes in. It's kind of like dangling the old worm over the fishing hole, and the fish just drives around, looks at it, and just knows you're fixing to drop that hook. That's okay. No problem. That's okay, Bob. Let me tell you something, man. I'm here to show you because what did Roger tell him? This is for the future anyway. This is when you need me in the future. You don't need me right now. You know, you need me in the future. Okay? So he's already told him, it's no big deal before he ever went in there. This is for the future. That's okay. That's no problem. Bob, your demo, and I love this, man. When Roger sent me this, man, I honest to God, I stood up and laughed because this was so good. Bob, your demo is good for only 24 hours before the company deletes it. Now, he didn't just tell him you're not going to get the deal. He just told him, dude, we're going to delete it, and it's going to cost you $199. It doesn't matter what we do. Okay? Bob, your demo is good for only 24 hours before the company deletes it. I mean, how powerful is that? Wait a minute. You don't think this guy's brain isn't running around in his head? If I don't do this within the next 24 hours, it's going to cost me $200 more. The auto shop down the street's already got one, so that I'm already way behind the curve here. Do I want to throw $200 out, and I really want it anyway? 24 hours before the company deletes it. If you want to save the $199 setup fee, we have to write it up within the next 24 hours. Bob, if you really want this, you have to do it within 24 hours, period. If you want to save $200. If you don't want to save $200 and you're going to want it, guess what? You wait 25 hours and you're going to pay me an extra $200. And he simply closes with this. Bob, I will call you tomorrow. Now, I don't know about you, okay? Roger's not even in front of me, and that script sells me. And I'm probably one of the hardest person in the world to sell. It's hard to sell a salesman. All right? Oh, by the way, Bob, your friend George down the street, take a look at his new app. Now, you may be just getting started, and you may not be able to add this right now, but all it's going to take is one. All it's going to take is one app in that area, and you can use the same app over and over and over again. Oh, Bob, by the way, your friend George down the street, take a look at his new app. Done deal. Done deal. Humanistically, what do we all want? What is it we all want? We want the same thing that everybody else got. We want, if John gets a new car next door to us, we can't stand it. You know, we're driving a car 4 years old, and John got a new car. If John goes out and paints his fence, and yours is starting to look a little bit crappy, you don't want people to think that you're not worth anything, and your house is going down, and your fence looks crappy. You can go out the next week, you can buy paint because you want your fence to look as good as John's. It's no different than these apps. Everybody's got a smartphone. Everybody's got a smartphone. Do you think that Bob wants everybody looking at George's app and scanning George's QR code as they walk in his door and see the window clean standing there? Absolutely not. Bob wants the same thing. So not only did he do a takeaway close, okay, but he's showing what old George has. All right? He's kind of tickling that fancy just a little bit. Hey, go ahead. Don't get it, Bob. George has already beat you to the punch. All right? He plays on the emotion. All right? He plays on the emotion. I got one person saying I'm breaking up real bad. I'm showing very strong audio. Does anybody hear me breaking up? We're getting close to the end here, so it's okay. Okay, everybody says, nope, I sound great, thank you. I know I sound great. No, I'm kidding. But, so, here we've gone through the whole thing. Extremely simple, doesn't sell a mobile app, goes in with a QR code, something that everybody's starting to learn about because they're starting to see them everywhere. Bob doesn't have one. Bob wants one, and it's going to cost him $99 a month. He's going to get the app for free. You know? I mean, it just absolutely amazes me. We've got so many tools in that control panel. I mean, amazing the number of tools that we have in that control panel. And you could take any of those tools and do the same thing. You don't have to, maybe you're not comfortable with the QR code. I think it's great because you can put it in your pocket. Okay? Pick a tool and use that tool. Let me go back. Greg Marshall, can you copy what you said a while ago and repost it? there's no way I'll ever find it. But I like the way you said it. Okay? Take the tools in the toolbox, put together your little presentation using this presentation right here. If I was all the people that are on this call right now, I would take this presentation and I would stand in front of the mirror and I would not change one single word of it, and I would learn it from front to back and back to front, and I would absolutely not change a thing, and I would go out and build me a upper 5-figure income going into 6 figures this year. That's it. Thank you, Greg. Stop selling mobile websites and sell business solutions. Okay? Social media, loyalty rewards, etc., 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 etc. That's how you build your business. And I'm going to tell you something else, and I started off with this, and I'm going to close with this. You cannot do this on Facebook. You cannot do this through email. Okay? Now, I recommend when you go in and talk to Bob, you get that information. Hey, Bob, you got a Facebook page? Why? Because you can go friend him now. Heck, you can pull out your smartphone and friend him right there on the spot. Hey, Bob, could I get your email? I'd just like to put you in my database. Oh, absolutely, man. It's Bob at bob.com. You know? And now you've got that information. Now you can do the follow-ups through the electronic media. Okay? And you've got to be able to go in and talk to these people. You've just put yourself one step ahead of the competition because they're not doing that. You know, there's some of these automated systems out there right now that people are jumping on, and they build the crappiest mobile sites I've ever seen. God help you if your text is on a PDF file and you need that text transfer. It doesn't do it. They build the crappiest sites I've ever seen. There's no customization to them. A lot of people are using them. Okay? That's your competition. You've just put yourself above your competition. And I'm telling you now, it doesn't take much to make a 6-figure income in this business. It doesn't take much at all. You've just got to get out and do it. Few people here, a few people here. Next thing you know, you got a couple of hundred apps out there. You're rocking and rolling. Things are good. Life's great. You're making money, and you don't have to worry about anything else at all. You got your residual income coming in every month, or every year. In Roger's case, every year. And this month he's going to get last year's residuals, and next month he's going to get last year's residuals, and the next month he's going to get last year's residuals. He's not making it, you know, $99 at a time. He's getting the full thing up front. Close the deal, get the appointment, and make it happen. So you know, we get so wrapped around the axle that we forget what we really need to do. And as Zig always says, this is my favorite saying. I tell you what, when he passed away, man, I felt like I lost my best friend. Always ask for the order. Always ask for the order. If you don't ask if they're ready to sign that contract, you're not going to get it. Okay? If you don't ask to stop by and show them the QR code, they don't know that you're the QR code guy. I bet you everybody in Phoenix, Arizona knows Roger Pineda as the QR code guy. I would almost guarantee it. You ask anybody in that area he's selling, hey, where'd you get that QR code, Roger Pineda? And I know that because his referral business is going off the hook. Always ask for the order. And this actually came from my son right here. I'll tell you a quick story about this. My son was a roof salesman out in, where was he at? He was out in Arizona, I believe, Roger. And he called me one night. He said, Dad, he said, I learned a very valuable lesson today. I said, what was that, Brett? He said, you know what? Nobody will sign a contract unless you open the door. And I said, so what are you trying to say? He said, Dad, he said, I'm going to tell you right now, I learned this. The hardest door to open is the car door. And that has stuck in my brain from very beginning. And so you got to open the car door in order to walk into Bob's and show him that QR code. If you will do that, I guarantee, without question, if you duplicate and replicate what I just showed you, your business will start to take off. Now, I said this in the beginning, and I'll leave you with this. Many of you listened to what I had to say tonight, and you will take it and you'll run with it and you'll be successful. Many of you tonight will sit back and say, well, man, let me try it this way first. Let me try it this way first. Well, you know what? I saw this over here. Let me try it this way. I just showed you what's proven, what works, and what's simple. Now, will you kind of massage it a little bit to your own, you know, the way you talk and the way you do things and the language that's in your area? I can guarantee you people in Maine don't talk the same way as people in Phoenix, Arizona. Okay? But if you'll follow this pattern, if you'll do what I just showed you and start doing it tomorrow, don't wait. I can guarantee you, if your business hasn't already taken off, and there's many of you on here who's got a thriving business, and if you'd like to share what you do, just give me an email at Carrie@InstantAppWizard.com, and I'd be more than happy to bring you on and share the way you're selling. Okay? Because think about this. You start putting all of this together, and man, you go to a 7-figure income. Okay? I'll be posting this in the group, and you'll be able to download it. So if you're not a member of the Instant App Wizard group, make sure you join the Instant App Wizard group. Is there any questions before we call it a night? And I want to thank everybody before we do, okay, for coming out. I greatly appreciate it. Funny you started off talking about competition. Roger is so worried about competition that he just told us how to sell the same product that he sells. Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's absolutely correct. Thank you. Thank you, Rick. Rick says this has been very valuable. Very valuable. Thank you, Ethan. It's good to see you, buddy. Thank you, John. Roger, everybody's saying they really appreciate you sharing this, my friend. Yeah, I'm going to post the exact. I'm going to take it right off of this slide, put it on a Word PDF file, and upload it to the group. Great. Greg Marshall said, I just got an email from a demo. Let me listen what the word I'm using. A demo I did today and sold the app. Demos work. Thank you, Rich. Thank you, David. We're working on that, George. Okay, guys, I want to thank everybody, man. God bless. It's been a great night tonight. I want to thank Roger Pineda, who actually I've been on the phone with for about the last hour before training, and he's a great guy. We hope that we get this going to the next week. Actually, I'm going to send out an email, and I'm going to post it in a group again. We want to make sure if you're interested in gum, and we don't know where yet, and we don't know when. We're just trying to get this together. Thank you, George. I want to make sure, Rich, I said earlier, I don't think he was on when I said it. I saw that email. I just got it, and I'll look at that in the morning for you first thing, if that's okay. You bet, Rich. Thank you, buddy. And but we want to have a training seminar, a live training seminar. I'd love to meet everybody, and I know the rest of the guys would too. Woodrow and Sean and Mark, if we can get Mark to come out. But we would love to do a live training and a couple 3 days and get together and just have a good time, man. You know, there's nothing better than to get together with a bunch of friends and get to know each other face to face. So I know Sean just posted again today. I saw it in the Facebook page. If you'd like to have one, just say yes, you would, and we would have a great time getting together and getting to meet everybody, do a lot of live trainings, and bring some of you folks up, just like I said, just like on here, and we'll all get to talk. Yeah, he's hiding. That's right. Hiding in the basement. Never gets to see the sun. So, all right, guys. God bless. Good night. Thank you for all the wonderful comments. I hope this training was good for you. I know it was good for me. I love Roger. I appreciate him so much. Good night, Rich. We will be seeing you in the group. And thanks, Roger. We will see you on next Wednesday night's training. Great night. Good training. Now get up in the morning and go sell some apps. Thank you, Courtney.